Maz, thank you very much for the intro. I appreciate it. Thanks everyone for attending. Before we get too deep in the weeds with port details and statistics and real estate fundamentals, let's take a second to take a step back and just remind that ports are in fact cool and interesting. When Maz and I were actually on, and with Andy Perel, we were on a boat in the port of New York, New Jersey, and Maz looks up at the ship-to-shore cranes and he goes, huh, those look like something out of Star Wars. And well, sure enough, turns out George Lucas actually got the inspiration for his, on the right you can see the AT-AT all-terrain armored transport vehicle. For you Star Wars nerds out there, this is exciting and in fact cool. Moving on, what you can see here on the screen is a video. Right now what you're seeing is a ship-to-shore crane that is unloading a docked vessel at the port. And so you see the crane go onto the ship, it will pull off almost like a claw machine or an arcade and bring that container back and then drop that down on a truck that will end up eventually in our warehouse. This process is repeated, however many times it takes to get all the containers off the ship and then put them back on the ship. So it kind of gives you an idea here of how valuable time is in this operation. It is a time-consuming process to load and unload these ships. Right now, you can see the top 12 ports in the United States. The ones that are highlighted in yellow are the ones that we have assets in and that we will be covering the rest of this presentation. You can see in the right column here some strong rents in these markets, and granted, it will mean different things to individuals operating in those markets. You see consistently pretty low vacancy across the board. Now you can see up on the screen is a visual display of the top functioning ports in the United States. The ones that are highlighted in red are the ports that we're going to be focusing on for this presentation and where Liberty has and owns and operates assets. What's really important about this slide is that it shows you how many cranes are at these ports and how deep the channels are. For example, Port of LA has 86 cranes and depths of 53 feet. Port of Long Beach, 66 cranes, depths of 76 feet. For these shipping companies to come in, it takes a lot of time, as we saw in that first video, to dock that ship and to unload it. So the idea of them being able to put as much consolidated product on as one large ship as possible to get into these ports and have it unloaded as quickly as possible is really, that's what draws them and draws their business. And what you can see on the screen in the center of the United States is the evolution of vessel size from 1996 to 2013. In 96, you were having ships that had around 7,000 TEUs on them. Now you're seeing them up to 18,000 TEUs, and they're rolling out ships at 22,000 TEUs. This trend of consolidation in larger ships really is kind of like a staple in this industry, and the shipping lines are setting those. Ports are responding by getting deeper channel depths and having more cranes to make more efficient operations. What's now on the screen is a map with yellow dots signifying the ports we're focusing in, and we'll flip now to see some of the more statistics of Liberty's assets in these ports. We have about 5.2 million square feet within 15-mile radius of these ports, and all of that product is 99.6% leased on a weighted average basis. Those are really strong numbers and things that we're proud of as a company. And now we're going to flip back to live Maz to take it off with the port and market experts. Back to you.